Hi, I am Maggie Rudd. I am the author of How to Stay Invisible, and I am so excited to be on the Texas Bluebonnet list this year. So thank you so much, and thank you for reading. And I sort of researched as I went. So I don't think that I had like a particular process per se, but as the story sort of came to be, then I would look up the elements that I needed, to know or needed to know more about. And so one of those major elements was, the survival piece. And apart from, camping trips, I don't have a lot of wilderness survival experience. So it was important to me to make that as genuine an experience as possible. So I was really appreciative to be able to speak to experts about that, people who knew about surviving in the wild. And then I read as much as I could. I watched some survival TV. And then some of my research involved, me trying to, make a fire with a battery, or setting a trap in my backyard. So that I don't know if that's a specific process, but that's what worked for me. So apart from, learning about the survival and reading and all of those things, I also wanted to make Raymond's experience just feel as genuine as possible. And that, could sometimes be a little bit emotional for me, and because it would be emotional for him as well. And so that was a little bit hard to get through sometimes, but important, I think, to go through. And then one major challenge that I had was that I had trouble coming up with a title. I had the book all written, and I still didn't know what the title was. And it, over a year, that did it take to come for our title to be, How to Stay Invisible. And even then, I had to call in help. My editors helped me with the final title. So that was difficult, Post-its all over my house and lists for what it might be. And I'm very thankful that it finally came to be. I think there are a lot of important lessons to learn from Raymond, but one thing that I really hope readers pay attention to in their own lives is that you don't always know, everybody's whole story. You don't always know what's going on, maybe with your classmates. So in any situation that you can offer friendship and kindness, it's such an easy thing to do, but it may be, all the world of difference to that person. So just to keep in mind that we don't always know the whole story. So to always move forward with grace. And I have to say that even answering that question is sort of like a mind-blowing thing for me. So I think it's cool that anybody's even reading my books. So if you were ever to, have somebody say, have you read How to Stay Invisible? And they say, yeah, that's a good book. That's great. That's great. That's enough for me. And I appreciate it so much. I think any author would say that to be a writer, you have to write, right? So write as much as you can and read as much as you can and practice writing. Be okay with being bad at it. And, it's always the goal to grow progress. But then also, I think I would say if you have an idea, then, don't sleep on it. Write the idea down. You don't have to know the whole story. If you have the idea, just write it down before it disappears, because writing it down, writing the ideas down have this beautiful way of turning into new stories and new avenues and opening, pathways up for you. So just get the ideas down. Even if you don't think they're great, jot them down anyway. Let's see what they turn into. So I hope you enjoy reading How to Stay Invisible. Thank you so, so much for reading it and for letting me talk to you today. Thanks.